Hello and welcome back to Sherwood Park Toyota. Today we're looking at a Toyota Crown Signia Limited Advanced Tech Pack in the color white. Let's take a look. Starting up front, underneath the hood, you have the gas component of the hybrid energy system. It is a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, automatic transmission. It's up to 240 horsepower. You have 178 pound-foot of torque. Towing capacity up to 2,703 pounds. Up front, you've got your LED headlights, customary daytime running lights, and the fog lights down below there as well. Across the front bumper, you'll find these little round nodules here. These guys are the front parking sensors, and right in the middle is the front-facing camera. Onto the side here, you have the 21-inch alloy wheels. Then, the side mirrors include integrated turn signals, blind spot monitoring, and additional cameras on the bottom and underside there, which contribute to the surround view camera effect. If you look at either one of your front handles, you'll find these double lines, but we'll talk about those more on the driver's side. Heading back, all your rear windows come with factory tinting there. Up top, we have black roof rails. On the back of the unit, just like up front, you have backup parking sensors that go the whole way across here. Left-hand side, we have your HEV all-wheel drive badge. Across the back is your Crown logo. Right-hand side is your Limited badge. Underneath of the logos, there is the backup camera. You'll also find that there is this little protrusion coming out next to it. These exist right up front next to the front fog lights as well, and these are actually washers. So if you're ever having trouble backing up because your camera's covered in dirt, you can just press a button and it will clean that right off for you. To open up your rear space here, reach underneath of the O there, press the button, and it should automatically open up the back. Inside here, you'll find your second row seating has a 60-40 split along the left-hand side, which allows the two sides to function independently from one another. If you want to release either side, you've got a couple options. One is to release the handles on the top outside corners of the seats. You'll also notice that there are these little latches on each side. You can give those a release in order to release whichever coordinating side that you want to go downwards. Now, in each one of the four corners, you'll find these silver tie-down hooks. You can use these guys to further secure your cargo load. Then, in the back, you have the Crown carpeted mats. They're still in the factory packaging here, and of course they're in great condition. Across the back of the dedicated floor space, you have the Toyota Crown logo. Then this guy is going to perform two different jobs for you. So this guy, first off, helps protect your vehicle from any damage from your cargo. It is made of this nice, durable, thick rubber. It also has this texturing here, which helps to ensure that things aren't going to move around quite as much. Secondly, it helps to simply keep your space clean. It is much easier to pick this up and remove it out of your space and rinse or shake any dirt or debris off of it, rather than things clinging to that carpeted interior. Now, while we're looking down underneath here, we have this little handle. So if you release this guy and lift upwards, you'll be able to access a whole bunch of additional storage space that goes underneath of this area. This includes where you have access to your battery here, as well as the tire kit for yourself. To close up your space back here, you have the optional kick sensor. You can reach up to the handle on the left, or just press one of the electronic buttons on the right. One of them will close and lock, and the other will simply close. Next, let's go take a look at the inside. Inside here, your interior upholstery is the black Softex leatherette. You have both black as well as some light gray stitching, and there is this texturing across the seats there as well. In between the two sides is a folding down armrest / cup holder. You can easily fold this up and away if you want to increase your seating capacity. Then, on the back of your front passenger and front driver seats, you've got pouch storage. Back of the console, you have your air vents, and you can see the charger ports down below. You'll find more of this metallic trim all throughout your front cab space. And of course, currently we have the Crown rubber mats installed in the unit. Lastly, as we look up overhead, there is a nice big panoramic moonroof inside for everyone to enjoy. Inside the doors here, you've got your storage spaces, power window control, as well as your heated seat control. You have one of these on each side in the back here, so each of them can be controlled independently. Next to your handle is a JBL speaker. You have this premium JBL speaker sound system all throughout the unit. Now, back again to these double lines. These guys indicate keyless entry, so if you have the key fob on your person, you can tap your hand on top of here or inside the handle to lock and unlock your unit. Inside the driver's door, power windows here for both front and back. window lock, power lock system, and side mirror controls. On the left, this allows you to fold your side mirrors in flat with the body of your unit. You can keep it set to A for automatic, then they will fold and unfold when you lock and unlock with a key fob. Alternatively, you can adjust these guys at any point in time. Then again, next to the handle is the memory seat settings, which of course means you have electronic seat adjustment, back, front, up, down, and lumbar support. Then hood release latch on the bottom left-hand corner of your dash. On top of that, you have the trunk release and your gas release. You've got your dash brightness, odometer, trip, and the automatic headlamps. This is a trigger for the fog light rinsing mechanism. And then we also have the defog of the rear windshield. Taking a closer look at the steering wheel, so this guy is black leather with black stitching. Up top, we've got the paddle shifters. You'll find this little black spot up top here. This is a built-in safety feature, so this, when you are looking forward, will stay just the simple black, but if it notices you looking away while you are actually in motion, it will flash a little light to bring your attention back forward, just to make sure that you are staying focused in the direction that you ought to be while driving. Then, left-hand side up top here, controls there are for your dash display. Then you've got your hands-free communication and the volume control. Right-hand side, radio controls on the bottom, adaptive cruise control up top, which includes both sonar and lane departure. In the middle here is your infotainment display screen. This is where you go to access much of the information about your daily driving experience. Right now you're looking at the optional navigation, which you can choose to connect through Toyota Connected Services. Under that is audio listening. This is AM, FM, and satellite radio. Full Bluetooth connectivity includes Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and there's optional USB adapters throughout the vehicle. In the middle is Bluetooth connectivity. You would also use this for hands-free communications. You've got a few things in here. Starting up top, you have your climate display for front and additional options, which is the Eco Heat Cool and rear windshield de-icer. Then you have the comfort display. So this is heated and cooled seats. You can keep them set to auto if you would like to, or you can manipulate them through this screen. You can also change these from down below. We'll talk about that in just a moment here. In between here in the middle is your heated steering wheel, which has two levels. You can have it on high or low. Then back and still inside here we have trip info, and lastly is your energy flow display. So you might be familiar with this if you've seen other Toyota hybrid tours of ours, or if you happen to drive one yourself. This shows you in real time as different elements of the hybrid system communicate with each other. Of course, right now the vehicle is parked and not in motion, so there's not a lot to show, even though every now and again it will kick and you can see the energy flowing just to keep everything moving. But when you're actually out on the road, there's a lot more to see, especially if you're in traffic, braking and going. You can actually see the regenerative braking technology happening in real time in front of your eyes. Super cool to watch. You also have this little blue gauge you can see here showing you how charged up your hybrid element currently is. Now, underneath this is your general settings. So everything from personal profile, Bluetooth information, Wi-Fi display, dealer info, apps, etc. In the middle is your volume and your four-ways. You have your push-start ignition, and then climate control center. Dual climate control up front means you can either have temperatures synced up, or you can turn off the sync if you want them to function independently. On each side, as we already saw in your comfort displays, you have 3 levels for both heated and cooled seats. Below here, it is the orange light for heat and the green light for cool. In the middle is the heated steering wheel, so you can have it set to auto or the high or low settings. To the left is your defrost for front windshield, rear windshield, and side mirrors. Underneath here, we have what looks kind of like a cup holder, but this is actually a wireless charging pad. So this is compatible with any wireless charging device. You'll find that there are these little bumpers you can see along the side here, which ensures if you slide a phone inside there, it's not going to be knocking around back and forth when you're out on the road. Having this means you never again have to worry about having charging cords inside of your vehicle. Of course, if that is your preference, you do have plenty of adapters available, such as these guys directly to the right. And this means you can still keep an eye on your phone if you're expecting notifications to come in and out without having to have it take up any awkward space. There's still additional storage space in front of there in that area too. Just behind it is your surround view cameras. So if you give that a press, you'll find your infotainment turns to this full surround view look of the vehicle in real time. You can even change your perspective to get higher and lower from the vehicle. I have the driver's door open right now, so there's a little bit of distortion on the imaging that you don't typically have present. But you can even pause this at any point in order to keep facing your current direction. You have more adjustments for this in the bottom left-hand corner icon. To get rid of the screen, you can either press the same button you did to bring it up, or the X in the top left-hand corner. Then, tons of storage and cup holder spaces in the middle. You have your gear shift, which is this guy in the center. You've got this little diagram showing you exactly how to use this guy. If you're not familiar, it may look a little bit daunting, but trust me, you will catch on really quickly. Behind that is your traction control, parking brake, parking hold, EV mode, and other driving modes too. Then, all the way at the back here is the console. So this can be opened up from either side. Simply press the button in and flip it upwards. You've got this little moving tray in the back, general storage space down below. It's hard to see with the camera angle, but there are some more adapters on the inside here. All the way across the front, if you haven't noticed already, we have more of this metallic highlighting that goes through. We also have it present on the air vents and inside of your door panels. Then down below, you've got a lockable glove box. Up overhead on the rearview mirror, 1, 2, and 3 dots. These guys are garage door openers. Right now you've got a normal reflective rearview mirror, but if you flip the switch, it will instead turn to a surround view camera behind yourself instead. So the reason this is nice to have is that sometimes when you're driving, you have either people or cargo items that are inside the vehicle that are either being a distraction, moving around, partially or fully blocking the view of traffic you have behind yourself. If that's a problem you have faced before, let it be a problem no longer, as you can just flip the switch here and it will look straight behind yourself as if you were looking out the rearview mirror itself without having to contend with anything inside the cab to do so. Lastly, up top here, you've got your SOS button, overhead lighting controls, and controls up there for the panoramic moonroof. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on this full video tour for this Toyota Crown Signia Limited Advanced Tech Pack in the color white. It is located here at Sherwood Park Toyota at 31 Automobile Road in Sherwood Park, Alberta. You can also reach us at 780-306-7703. And remember, life is full of choices. Let us be yours.